everybody knows your background, and so as we welcome these two new super trainers, I mean, you've been around super training for, 4 or 5 years almost.
We're back.
So yeah, can't get rid of us, sorry. Can't get rid of them. All right, so why don't we just get a feel for your background so everybody knows just really what you've been up to for the last decade.
Absolutely. So the past decade is minded on the business side of the fitness industry. So we've managed gyms all around the country, Texas, Washington State, and LA, and was doing a lot of that aspect of it. I love the business side of it, and got into exercise with Les Mills, and we went and did Les Mills Pump. Jericho and I have been together as a team for over a decade now almost. We've known each other for a long time, and all the stars aligned finally to get to this point.
Cool.
That's right. Yeah, my journey actually started, I was born in Nashville, and yes. My dad was a country music songwriter, so, music and moving to music has always sort of been in my veins. And I grew up clogging in bluegrass festivals, not so far away from here. You guys know what clogging is? But dancing and sports and all that through college, and then, I became an international trainer with Les Mills for quite a few years. Got to see a lot of the states of the world doing that, and that obviously led to the opportunity to work with Beachbody with Les Mills Pump, and that was amazing. Got to see a lot of you guys with that, and then I guess something stuck. So we're here again. It's amazing, and
Yes.
make a program.
So when the Les Mills deal, that was a temporary deal that we had with them, a little experiment, and when that wound up, you guys were stateside, most of the trainers were in New Zealand. And we had a really great relationship. And one of the things that I love about that organization is they are so professional about the way they cue, the way they construct stuff. So we were like, boy, if you'd be willing to create a program for us, we'd really like to have something. So we weren't quite sure what it was going to be, and this sort of materialized. And then we, over the last 18 months, really sort of put this together. Now, I want people to understand, because we've had other sort of, boxing or kickboxing type of things. I want them to understand really how different this is. So can you describe the structure of Core to Force?
Absolutely, yes. So when we put the program together, first of all, it's not choreographed to the beat of music, which is really cool for a few reasons. For one thing, you don't have to feel coordinated to do it, and anyone at any fitness level can do it. And I think as you get fitter doing it, the program actually gets a little more challenging, which is great because it grows with you. But it's 3-minute rounds, so it's like a real fight. And we go from anywhere from 6 rounds and work to 12 rounds, like a real championship fight of our conditioning, spikes, and combination skills.
Yeah, so we really honed in on the mixed martial arts styles that we love to train in, and worked with some amazing people with Muay Thai and everything to really bring in authentic Thai movements. And what this does is in these 3-minute rounds, you have it broken down to where we do a minute of working with the skill. So we take everybody through, go through a specific combination, full body, core centric movements, and then 30 seconds of heart rate spike movements. And then we do the whole thing again
They're
for 3
totally
minutes.
foolproof. Like,
Yeah.
conditioning spikes are epic, and then you get your heart rate up, and then you jump back to the combination, which you've already done once, so you can just get more out of it.
Right, so 3 minutes, you have full interval training in 3 minutes, and then think of how many rounds you add on to this.
Got it. Now, I also know that during the development process of this, you were headed toward having a baby, and you were getting larger than life, lifting hard. So actually, in the development of this, we actually had this sort of crossroads because you were both outside of your comfort zone. And I want you to describe that a little bit, because I think this is really important that people forget, super trainer with the cape and everything, they forget that they're human beings up there and they got to be on camera, but they have real lives happening too. Describe a little bit what it was like to work outside your comfort zone.
It was interesting. Before, for you guys that know from other stuff we did, I weighed like 175, 180, just really lean, and cardio was there. And then I decided to shift to the other direction and went back into where I worked for Gold's Gym. You got to do it, right? So I went old school Arnold in the weight room and jumped up to 205 at one point, and that's when we first started working on this program. And
beefcake.
Thank you. And like what? 4 months postpartum, Jericho's like out conditioning me. At this point, I can't even lift my legs up. So it was bringing it back.
That's when we were going to make this a move.
Yeah.
That was my signature move at the beginning of it.
I'm like, come on, bro, come on.
So I had no excuse. and but it's
Quarter force vomit bucket.
yeah, it's, I think it's available for sale at the end of the year. But it just became this point where I had to find the middle road, and what this program has done for me physically has put me into that middle road where I have my conditioning, I have still the muscles that I want, and it's the fittest I've ever been in my entire life, based just from what we did.
Now, what was it like for you, Jericho? New mom, going into this program, you're used to having a certain type of fitness, and then life is different. Life happens.
Right, exactly. So going into this I was in a completely different boat, right? I was still pregnant when we started developing the program, and I didn't know what it was going to be like. I never had a baby, so in the past, leading up to shoots and things like that, it wasn't very hard for me to just dial in my nutrition and get my workouts going and get shredded for whatever I was doing. But I had different priorities as a new mom. I was breastfeeding and not sleeping through the night. How many of you guys know about that? So it was different, and I had a really big decision to make. I had a choice to make, and that was either, focus on just getting a totally ripped body to look great on some workouts, PBDs, or keep my focus on my baby, and that was my number one priority. So what I learned with this is that you can be a badass mom, and you can crush your workouts. Fitness is not just about the way that you look, it's a state of mind, it's emotional, and
There's a lot of
it's about being real, and that's what you guys are. I'm just like all of you out there. I see all of the moms today in the workouts. I see you guys in the crowd with your babies. Some of you, a lot of you have your babies at home. But to me, I wanted to represent what was real for me, and that's that.
I love it. I think it was a great choice, and I think it's great for the viewer and for the customer to be like, okay, it's okay for me to be real and have a real life and not have to aspire to some ideal. And I think it's awesome that you had the courage to do that. So, and it was great for you to demonstrate how to lean on your knees.
Yes,
That was really fantastic.
story of my life.
All right, now one of the things that I've wanted from prior programs that I'm really excited about this is sort of an outcome where you sort of feel a little badass, or you've got a base of self-confidence and the ability to defend yourself. Is that real here? Like, how does the program help you feel like actually you could defend yourself in some way?
Well, like I was just saying, I think fitness is not just about the way you look physically. It's about empowerment. It's about really loving yourself and appreciating yourself.
Yeah.
With this program, we do teach you some authentic technique, and if you've never thrown a punch in your life, you will definitely walk away knowing how to put your body weight behind your fist and feel good about it.
Yeah, and just with that, you develop the confidence with the skills, and everything what we did is authentic. It's 100% authentic to the mixed martial art world. We wanted to make sure that was very important to us to stay true to the technique and that world that we love so much. So we were able to take that into the home world and bring it, so then when you go through these skills and you learn how to do a switch kick and a switch knee and a switch roundhouse and doing a jump jab.
Put yourself in a bad situation. You're not going to be on an 8 count and then throw a punch.
No, hold on. Okay, I'm ready. No, the thing is, we teach, this program teaches you how to use your entire body. Everything comes from your core, and that is why it's called Core to Force, because we teach you how to use the force from your body and really
Speed, explosive power, and just total confidence and empowerment.
That's awesome. Now, as you know, normally in this sort of position, this fall release position, we would have normally released these like the first week of December. And going into the end of the year, we were like, wait a minute, let's beat Black Friday. So we're launching this for the full month of November so that we get the benefit before all the Christmas sales happen. We're going to get the benefit of that year end and also give Team Beachbody the exclusive to sell this for that entire month. There's 10 workouts in the program. We'll sneak peek it in October, and anybody going to leadership, you're going to give them a little bit of a run for their money.
Yes.
Ready at leadership, because that's where you get to see the first preview of it.
It's cool.
Yeah, we've been writing all of our workouts for these events, Super Saturdays, and
Waiting.
Yeah, so you gotta wait for it.
Awesome. Well, thank you guys. I know you're going to make it fun. We're going to have a big November. Jericho and Joel, everybody. Quarter full. Okay. So